Arise News, awards, and beyond.
Enugu is changing. People can see it, they can feel it, and they are talking about it. Now, as the state moves forward exponentially, we sometimes forget where it all began, what exactly has changed, and the impact those changes have had on countless lives. Now, this is the program that explores the ideas, the policies, the projects, and indeed the people shaping Enugu's journey to the global stage. This is Enugu to the world. I am Nathalie Uko. Now, before we begin, this is Enugu in the news. Take a look.
The schooling system before now has little or no impact in the life of the learners. The smart school system has a basic school which starts with the early years. We have 3 years in the nursery section. We have the basic 1 to 9. We have the imagination hub.
We also do so many subjects which I don't do in my primary school, such like robotics and mechatronics.
When I was attending another school at this area, they teach us robotics notes, but we don't do hands-on practical. But as I entered Enugu State Magazine School, we started doing practical. They started teaching us Arduino and all that.
We also have staff quarters where I and my teachers are living.
Every day we eat meals and we are super grateful for the government to give us this great opportunity. Government, we love you. Thank you.
We also have the school farm. That's where the children go for their agri practicals.
Mba deserves second term. Anioma. Enugu State Governor Dr. Peter Mba deserves a second term, says Special Advisor on Political Matters Honorable Frank Anioma. Speaking on Freedom Square TV's Political Conversations, Anioma described Mba's performance as top class, citing smart green schools, equitable project distribution, and progress in health, security, agriculture, tourism, and industry. He said critics would struggle to convince Enugu voters that anyone else could outperform the governor in 2027. Anioma urged residents to judge government by projects and results, not politics. Enugu showcases livestock at Abuja Conference. Enugu State participated at the 9th African Conference on Animal Agriculture in Abuja recently. The project coordinator, State Livestock Productivity and Resilience Support Project, Dr. Ifenyuwa Najieze, represented the state and showcased Enugu's livestock potential and investment opportunities. She says the participation aligns with Governor Peter Mba's plans to commercialize agriculture and attract private investors. The conference focused on food security, technology, and financing for animal agriculture in Africa. Enugu joins $500 million FGWB irrigation project. Enugu State has keyed into the $500 million federal government World Bank SPIN project to boost irrigation farming. The Ministries of Water Resources and Agriculture are partnering on the Sustainable Power and Irrigation for Nigeria's project. 2 Enugu sites were picked: Ada Rice Irrigation Scheme and Adani Dams in Uzo Uwani. Officials say the upgrade will enable year-round farming, higher yields, rural jobs, and stronger food security under Governor Peter Mba. Security forces bust church kidnap gang. Security forces in Enugu have arrested members of the gang behind the August 2nd attack on St. Joseph's Catholic Church, Inoyi, Afar. In a joint DSS, Army, Police and Forest Guard operation, 4 AK-47s, 133 rounds and ransom money were recovered. One suspect was killed. 2 victims, seminarian Lawrence Igbo and Mr. Emmanuel Onwudi, were rescued. Governor Peter Mba warned that Enugu will remain hostile to criminality and those informants will also be hunted.
Welcome back. You're still watching Enugu to the World. And up next is Real Talk. Today we dissect developments in the thrust of any society that seeks to advance. And that crucial sector is education. Education is a basic right of every single child. And Enugu State has taken the decision to ensure that this right is activated. Prior to this administration, a child in a conventional public school had to go to school with a desk and a chair in hand. Now, this same child in a smart school no longer has to do that. And that is because the facilities have been provided and it's at no cost at all. A child who would have had to learn and study in heat and dim light during the day no longer has to cope with that. A child who would have learned in a school devoid of essential facilities is now being positioned to dream bigger, to dream higher. Now, categorically speaking, what has been done? What has been the result? And to what scale has this issue really been addressed? To gain perspective, we decided to speak to the governor of Enugu State, His Excellency Peter Ndubuisimba. Up next is Real Talk.
And then the second thing is also to look at the health status of the child, to make sure they are not stunting, make sure they are not wasting. It is, let me be clear. All the things about the Smart Green School, it's mandatory and free. So we have a clinic in each smart school. So you have a functional clinic and you have a registered nurse in that clinic who carries out all these tests and checks and ensure that there's an updated medical record for every child in that school. And then what is also of importance is for the smart schools, you have uniforms, you have textbooks, you have notebooks and all that. All those things are given free of charge. You don't pay for registration, you don't pay for uniform, you don't pay for anything, you don't pay for the food we provide. It is not just only free, it is also mandatory. So for parents who have not sent their kids to school, we get to interrogate why. So we ensure that those children are in school. So it's important that the citizens are aware that this is the government, this is a government program, and this is what we do. Don't let the politicians lie to you or deceive you. Nobody pays for anything. And indeed, if there is one person who has paid for anything in the Smart Green School, we challenge them to provide evidence of or receipt of any payments made to anybody, okay? Because obviously that person will be acting on his own. It wouldn't be by the policy or the directive of government. And we would like to, take that investigation further. Artificial intelligence in the next 4 years will contribute 20 trillion to the global economy. The world, to think about when we had the internet bubble, where we had the evolution of the Internet of Things, and how the world moved very fast to embrace that, and how after a while it became the dominant contributor to global economy. We became so comfortable with the use of internet and the World Wide Web that nobody ever imagined what life was before the internet era. That is essentially what is playing out in the AI space. And what you don't want to do is for your little ones, for your young ones to be discounted from this new evolving world order. You want them to be at the epicenter. You want them to be imbued from a very young age with the right skills. So for an Enugu child stepping into that smart green school, we can almost see that child stepping into the future, and which is why we say tomorrow is here. So that tomorrow that we desire, we want the Enugu child to be looked at as the problem solver of the future. So if you are challenged, if you need to crack any problem with technology, the way or the state to look to would be Enugu. So what we're doing today is very intentional, okay? And by the way, this is not such a great thing for any government to do, because it's not something that the impact or even the effect is felt immediately. It takes time. You may even only begin to feel the impact of what we're doing today long after we've left government. But for us, it's not about earning, and I keep saying this, and that is the truth, because this was an idea conceived even before I presented myself to serve the people of Enugu State. It's always been my desire. Some sector that I'm passionate about, because I know we become small or great only to the degree of our investment in education. It's not a rocket science. If you look at the big economies today, they are big because they are knowledge-based. They are not big because of what they have beneath their soil or the natural or mineral resources they have. They are big because they've been able to cultivate widespread knowledge. It's not just a few, but critical mass. And that's essentially what we want to do. We want to spread. We want the critical mass of Ndi Enugu to be knowledgeable people. And that way, Enugu obviously, it's only going to be a state of the great minds. Where a child goes through the motion of learning 9 years, 12 years, and yet they have issues with reading and issues with solving basic numeracy, that is totally unacceptable. Yes, but you now have a situation where quite a number of them who are going, particularly in the public education space, for those people whose parents could afford the private schools and all that, it may be a different story. But we're talking about those who are exposed to the public education space. And you notice that they go through all these motions and they are not imbued with the skills required to be relevant in the workplace of today. And what are those skills? And that was part of what we disrupted, looking at the curriculum and asking the hard question: how relevant is this curriculum to today's workplace? What are the basic skills we need these kids to be exposed to at this very young age? And which is why we talk about, it's already a common knowledge that AI is going to disrupt all the, maybe more than 80%, some people predict that AI will disrupt the entry-level jobs. Okay, so that's quite tsunamic. It means that if you don't have those basic skills, you're not able to play in the labor market, right? And so before now, what was in vogue was how we get our kids to go and learn skills of maybe apprenticeship and have a brick and mortar shop where they trade, but the only people you capture in the brick and mortar space are those who walk up to you in the market, right? But just learning a lot about e-commerce, what does it prepare you? It prepares you to have the globe as your market. So you no longer need to go and do apprenticeship. You just need to understand what goes on in the e-commerce space, which is essentially what the skills we're training these kids. To say, look, you can be in the comfort of your home and still be trading with the world. If you look at mechatronics, our vehicle maintenance professionals have become accustomed to the old system of vehicles that are largely mechanical, right? Where you have to deal with carburetor and all those mechanical issues. Today, our vehicles are both mechanical and electronical, so you call mechatronic, right? And so if you don't know how to use ICT, if you don't know how to use computers to do diagnosis of these vehicles, you're completely discounted from the labor market, because all the vehicles you have today are largely electronics. They are no longer the same So you can see that the world is evolving very, very fast. And so you want the children to be exposed to those evolving 21st century skills. You don't want to be teaching. So we disrupted those curriculum. We made sure that the subjects that these kids are taught are also subjects and skills that will be relevant to the workplace of today. And then frankly, it's not abandon. We've cut it off. Abandon, I think, is even a light word. We don't want to remember it. We don't want our children to ever imagine that they were ever exposed. We're talking about kids who sit on the floor to learn, who maybe go on a classroom where they have painted the wall black and they are... We don't want them to think about that again. We're talking about kids today who learn in a classroom that has a smart board, learn in an e-learning platform. They have their tablets. That's where we want them to go. If there is a stronger word, abandoning is an understatement. We just don't want to even remember that. We've, consigned it to a part of our history that we don't want to remember. We're facing the future with these e-learning platforms. We're facing the future with getting our kids to be smarter, with getting our kids to be prepared for this new world order, and to get them also to give them the opportunity to have a fighting chance, against all the, think about it. They are going to be dealing with children from other parts of the world who are also exposed to the same skills. So you don't want them to then get to these kids and they are looking like they are already intimidated.
We heard from the governor himself on the effort put into moving education forward at a landmark scale. 267 schools across 260 wards built from the ground up, not refurbished, over 7,000 classrooms across every single ward in the state, the integration of experiential learning and the deployment of technology across all these schools to make sure that education is world-class. This project is not a white elephant. You can see and feel the impact of the deliberate modernization of the education system and facilities on each child's life. Now we switch gears as we bring you Akụkọ Ndị Be.
Number one, security. You see security. Number one, wood. In fact, 6 o'clock, everybody has gone in. Number one thing for a city to have is security. And he did that, he made sure, he created his own and made sure that security is everywhere. And secondly, number two, that security camera that he mounts, my brother, go around in Nigeria, you will not see it. Go around everywhere, you will not see. This is the first, the first of his kind, Abi? Yes, he in fact, talk about road. In fact, when I can go Arabia, do you understand? Presidential hotel, that hospital, that abandoned hospital, for how many years now? If you go there and you see work is going on, I give kudos to him. He's trying.
Good morning, India Enugu. This is Coal City FM, security update this morning. Residents across the state are beginning to feel a difference. From improved surveillance to faster response systems, the government says efforts are ongoing to keep communities safer. Governor Peter Umba says security remains a top priority for his administration.
This is Mawando. Good morning. Can I hear you? What is the emergency, please?
I'm currently at the Solar Junction in front of Joel Filling Station. There's a Toyota Sienna Park here. There are three men in Keke. They're trying to attack the person.
Can I hear you? I say it's okay now. You can hang up your call. We'll send police to that place right now. DRS Alpha 891. Take a message from Command and Control Center.
DRS Mike 7144. Reading you loud and clear. Control Center. Let's go.
From policies to conferences to projects being executed and those that are ongoing, we bring you all that on Enugu Diary. Stay with us.
Enugu State now has a world-class DNA and forensic center, the first of its kind in the southeast. Governor Peter Umba on Thursday commissioned the facility in Enugu, saying it would strengthen criminal justice, improve investigations, and restore public confidence in the system.
This center represents one of the most important investments we have made in our security architecture. It strengthens our ability to investigate crime, track criminals, support the work of law enforcement, and ensure that those who threaten the peace of our communities have fewer and fewer places to hide.
The commissioning of this center, therefore, is not merely an achievement for Enugu State. It is a contribution to the federal government's national security objective. Every DNA profile generated, every criminal case scientifically resolved, every innocent person exonerated, and every offender successfully identified through forensic evidence directly contributes to the safer, more secure Nigeria that President Tinubu envisions.
The center is equipped with modern labs for DNA profiling, toxicology, ballistics, and digital forensics. Officials say it will serve Enugu and neighboring states and will work closely with security agencies and the courts. Health and justice stakeholders at the event described the project as a game changer for tackling kidnapping, gender-based violence, and other crimes. Governor Umba added that the center is part of his administration's broader security and health reforms aimed at making Enugu the safest and most business-friendly state in Nigeria. With the DNA Center now operational, Enugu joins a small number of Nigerian states with in-house forensic capacity, reducing the need to send evidence abroad for analysis. The state government says training of personnel is ongoing to ensure the center meets international accreditation standards.
And with that, we draw the curtain on today's edition of the show. My name is Nathalie Uku, and I hope to have you back next week. Until then, bye for now.
I really thank our governor because she's the best governor ever. At least the develop.
This is actually my first time using this bus, and it's quite less expensive.
Before, I don't used to go Enugu all the time, but now I used to go Enugu twice in a week or even 3 times in a week because of the transport. From Nsukka to Enugu every time because of the transport. I really thank him. I really thank him for his good work.
I really love this terminal. It